Okay, we're going to Psalms chapter 148 and verse 1 through 5. Okay, it says, Praise ye the Lord, praise ye the Lord, praise ye the Lord from the heavens, praise ye him from the heights, praise ye him all his angels, praise ye him all his hosts. Hosts is the armies of the soldiers of heaven. Okay, praise ye him sun and moon, praise ye him all ye stars of light, praise ye him ye heavens of heavens, ye waters that be above the heavens. It said, let them praise the name of the Lord. Right there. Talking about all creation when you break it down. Like it said in Revelation, in the book of John, you heard all creation praising the Lord. It says, let them praise the name of the Lord, for he commanded and they were created. What? Everything he just mentioned up here. The Lord from the heavens, praise ye him from the heights, praise ye him, ye angels, and all his hosts, sun, moon, praise ye him, stars of light, praise ye him, ye heavens of heavens, praise the waters that be above the heavens. In verse 5, once again, let them praise the name of the Lord, for he commanded and they were created. So once he commanded them to be created, the angels to be created, then that's when they were created. They didn't exist besides Genesis 1 and 1. Outside of Genesis 1 and 1, or before Genesis 1 and 1, the angels didn't exist. They were created. Now let's go to Psalms. Stay in this book of Psalms, and we're going to go to chapter 33 and verse 6. Okay, chapter 33. Chapter 33 and verse 6. So it says, by the word of the Lord were the heavens made, okay, were the heavens made and all the hosts of them, by the breath of his mouth. So it says, by the word of the Lord were the heavens made, okay, and all the hosts of them. Now you have the firmament, the ozone layer, you have 3 different heavens, and then you have the heavens of the heavens. So it says, by the heavens and all the hosts of them, by the word of the Lord were the heavens made, and all the hosts of them. What is the host? You look up the host, it's going to say army, or it's going to say soldiers, which is talking about the angels. So the angels were created. They didn't exist before Genesis 1 and 1 because there was no creation before Genesis 1 and 1. Okay? Now, if Genesis 1 and 1 is not the beginning of creation, then it has to be proven that it has to be proven that the creation started. There's another creation besides Genesis 1 and 1. And that's going into heresy, that's going into lies, that's going into delusions. Okay, pretty soon these brothers are going to be putting the Bible down. They're not going to believe in the Bible anymore. Okay, because the truth is going to be brought out one way or another. One way or another. Now let's go to Nehemiah chapter 9 and verse 6. Nehemiah chapter 9 and verse 6. Nehemiah chapter 9 and verse 6. It says, thou, even thou, O Lord. Chapter 9 verse 6. Thou, even thou, O Lord, alone, thou hast made the heaven and the heavens of heavens, with all their hosts, the earth, and all things that are therein, the seas, and all therein. Okay? Let's read it again, Nehemiah 9 and 6. Thou, even thou, O art Lord alone, thou hast made the heaven of heavens, with all their hosts, meaning all their armies, or all the people, or all the things that belong to each heaven. Okay? The angels belong to the third heaven, or the spiritual realm, or the heavenly realm where the Most High and Christ dwell. Okay? It says, so the Lord made them, he called them the hosts of that heaven, which are the soldiers of the armies of heaven. Michael, Gabriel, Uriel, Raphael, cherubim, and seraphim. Okay? So he made the heavens with all the hosts, the things that belong to that heaven. Okay? And the earth, and all things that are therein, and the seas, and all that is therein, and thou preservest them all. Okay? And the host of heaven worshipeth thee. So we will see later on, this is another lesson that's coming up, we will see that the angels worship not only the Most High, but they worship Yahawashi, Jesus Christ. Hebrews 1 and 6. And that's going into another lesson. The angels worship Yahawashi. Okay, Michael, Gabriel, Uriel, Raphael, the cherubims, the seraphims, they all worship Yahawashi. They bow down to him. Okay, so that's about it concerning how the angels were created. Okay, let's go back to Colossians once again. Matter of fact, let's go back to John. Because when you finish reading John, it was going to tell you that First Colossians said he is before all things, and by him all things consist. Now, in John 1 and 1, it says, the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word, which is Jesus Christ, was with God the Father, and the Word was God. Okay, and the Word, which is Jesus Christ, was God. Jesus Christ is God. Okay, God the Son. Now, verse 2, the same was in the beginning with God. Verse 3, all things were made by him. All things. The angels included. So if they were made or created by him, then what does that mean? It means that before Genesis 1 and 1, before creation, before anything was made, that it was the Most High and Christ that existed with the Holy Spirit, and that nothing else existed. Okay? All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. So were angels made? Yes, angels were made. Angels were created. So without Christ, there wasn't anything made that was made. Without Christ, anything that had a beginning began when Christ created it. Anything that had a beginning began when Christ created it. And when did that start? Genesis chapter 1 and verse 1. Before that time, there was no beginning of life. There was no beginning of humans. There was no beginning of angels before Genesis 1 and 1. They did not exist. Okay? Let's read that again. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. So anything that had a beginning began when Jesus Christ made it or created it, which are angels. So the point is that angels did not exist before Genesis 1 and 1 or John 1 and 1. The angels did not exist before time, before creation, before days, before the universe. They did not exist. Okay? So let's go back to Colossians once again. Colossians chapter 1, I'm going to read verse 16 and 17. It says, for by him were all things created. And John 1 and 3, it says, all things were made by Yahawashi that are in heaven. Okay? What is in heaven? The angels, the spiritual realm, the angels, the heavenly hosts. And that are in earth, visible, things you can see, and invisible, things you can't see, spirits. And there's all kind of spirits out there, whether they be thrones, dominions, principalities, or powers. All things were created by him and for him. And, verse 17, he is before all things, so Christ existed before the angels. Christ and the Most High and Christ and the Holy Spirit dwells in eternity or everlastingness, before creation, before days, before time, before the universe. Okay? It says, and he is before all things. So Christ existed before the angels. There were no angels that was with Christ that was creating. Okay? By him, all things consist. So the reason why the angels consist is because Christ is holding them up to consist or to dwell or to live. Okay? And we're going to go to the next one.